College is hard enough, but for international students, it adds a new layer of challenge, a new country, a new culture, and new sets of expectations. Hello, my name is Ana Mejia, and today I asked international students at Texas Tech what is the hardest part of college life to adjust to in a different country. From daily routines to food, international students face a range of surprises.
The food, not enough seasoning.
I haven't had cooked food, like real food, like back in my country since I came. It was always Chick-fil-A or something I don't like, and the season here is not good.
How casual and individualistic American culture is compared to like the more communal or like respectful culture back home. Like also how like casually they dress, like for somewhere like church they're more like casual about how they dress, but in Nigeria it's like people dress up more formally and stuff.
Beyond the big shocks, students also had to adjust to small everyday things like food, schedules, and social habits. These subtle differences often took the longest to get used to.
I didn't notice anything at first that was too hard to adjust to until I joined like the college here, and the difference was humongous. The amount of homework, the way they teach, the way the classes are scheduled and everything, those are completely different. That was probably the hardest thing to adjust to.
How people are over here, they are nice, but they don't greet each other, they don't talk to each other. So where I'm from, we say good morning, we say good afternoon. It's actually disrespectful to walk into a room in the Bahamas and not say good afternoon to someone. But over here, they don't do that. Not because they're rude, but because they just don't.
So I struggle for the food, especially like American food is kind of greasy. And then I'm from Japan, so like Japanese food is kind of more healthier. And I grew up with like Japanese food, so the food is kind of hard to adjust to.
I asked students to share a moment where they felt like an outsider. These personal stories show how isolating and also how eye-opening the experience can be.
I felt like an outsider when there were no bidets in the toilet and everyone was okay with that. Like, what the hell?
The first time I started to meet people, like make friends here, and they would all like talk about going to this place, that place, and it was all completely brand new to me, and I didn't understand a lot of the things they were saying. So I just felt left out of the conversation for a long time until I could understand what they were talking about, what they were doing, and all that.
Building a new social circle can be difficult, especially in a new culture. I explored how international students meet people and form friendships on campus.
So I don't usually make friends here. It would just be like work, or if we're doing like labs or classes together, and that's it. I don't really make friends.
At the job, I used to be like tutor, and then I met friends there.
Being far from home can take a toll. I asked the students how they manage stress, homesickness, and the emotional challenge of being abroad.
One, by calling my family every day. I'm always on video call with my mom, if not my mom, and my sister, my brother, my dad. So I talk to them every day, I talk to my family. And in terms of managing stress, I try to keep a schedule, and I try to work ahead of time so I'm not rushing and I'm prepared as possible. And I also have a really good group of friends, so I always have people to go out with and people to have fun with. It also helps that my roommate is absolutely amazing, so if I ever need someone to talk to and communicate with, she's there as well.
I call friends from home a lot, like multiple times a day, because like it's just nice to have people you're familiar with to talk to. And then I also call friends that are also in college in other parts of the world that are also far from home, because they have like similar struggles to me, like we're both experiencing the same thing, so it's nice.
For many, studying abroad is not a personal choice, it's a family investment. I asked, do you feel pressure to succeed because of the financial or emotional weight of this opportunity?
I feel the pressure very, very much, because I've spent a lot of money on this, a lot of money coming here, a lot of money taking this risk, and if it proves not worth it, then the whole investment my parents made, is gonna be like completely to waste because they shed their blood, sweat, and tears to make this happen, and I don't want to waste that opportunity they've given me.
Being from Nigeria, I understand that like studying abroad is like a huge sacrifice. I'm aware of like how much my family has invested both financially and emotionally. However, that's not like the main thing that pressures me to succeed. I have like a fear of not succeeding in life, so my fear of like failure is what pushes me more. Like I just want to make something of myself and not waste the chance I've been given.
Living abroad can change how students view their own culture. I asked if being here has shifted how they see their home country and what they miss the most.
So yes, it has. So back in my country, I think my country is a third world country to here because you could use ATM at any time. You could get fast food at any time here because we have 24-hour like Whataburger. Here in my country, we don't have that. Once it's like 11 or 12, everything is closed down. And yeah, ATM available, vending machine available, everything is available. So I think my country compared to here is literally a third world country.
Yeah, I think like compare Japan and America, Japan is more safer than America. But at the same time, Japan, like, we try not to say our opinion. So like we try to adjust others. But in America, like they try to say their opinion. So I like that culture too.
To round out my research, I spoke with domestic students and a faculty member. Their insights reveal how international students are perceived and supported on campus.
I would say I have made some good friendships with international students. It's really fun talking to people that aren't from the United States because it's just they've experienced so much more things than I feel like we have, and there's just so much more going on than we don't know. And that's one thing I've kind of learned is about like cultures, religion, and just like a variety of things. So
I've had many close relationships with international students. I think what I've learned from international students is that we need to live more carefree, enjoy the experience rather than stress about every little thing. One of my closest international friends, Seiya Hayashi, he invited me to eat at the Hayashi buffet. That was a very widening experience. I got to experience eating sushi with a real Japanese man. It was very cool, you know? I got to learn how to eat sushi the right way.
Some of the ways that our office helps international students is through what I do, which is student life. So my department is part of ISSS, which is International Student and Scholar Services. They do immigration, and my department, student life, we deal with everything else. So people call us the fun people, but we also do a lot of educational events as well. So we like to consider ourselves connectors. It's myself and my assistant director, Beth Mora, the two of us, and 4,000 international students. And what we do is we connect international students with the Texas Tech community, the Lubbock community, and with the international student community. So there are a lot of international students here, a lot of ways for students to engage. So we help promote student organizations. Beth and I also advise for different student organizations. We host cultural events. So we recently took some students to the ABC Rodeo, because if you didn't know, rodeo is the official state sport of Texas. So very, cultural and traditional. We also do a Thanksgiving meal so students can participate in that holiday. We do a de-stress and decorate cookies. We do gingerbread cookies and take photos with Santa Claus for Christmas or the winter holiday. So we do a lot of things like that.
Adapting to a new culture in college is a process, and it looks different for everyone. Thank you to all those that share their experience and their stories. And to you that are watching, I hope that this opens your eyes to the international student experience.